Hello, and welcome to the Cerberus PRO CNET Peripherals e-learning module. This module is based on Introduction Package 7 and covers the functions and components of the international version. In this chapter, we will go into more detail about the CNET devices. We will cover the following topics: line topology, automatic detectors, manual call points, alarm devices, response indicators, swing radio fire detection, linear smoke and flame detectors, air sampling smoke detection, I/O modules, floor repeater terminals and displays, and EX applications. This diagram shows all the devices that can be fitted in the CNET loop. All devices on the loop are addressable. The detector family includes an ASA neuro fire and CO detector, an ASA neuro fire detector, a multi-sensor fire detector, a smoke detector, and 2 thermal detectors. A number of different types of manual call points are available. We have a wide range of loop-powered alarm devices. Radio gateways allow the use of radio fire detectors and manual call points. We also have linear smoke detectors, flame detectors, aspirating smoke detectors, various input-output module types, and loop-powered floor repeaters that can be operated anywhere on the CNET, either with or without buttons. And last but not least, there are devices for EX areas that can be assigned specific addresses. As you have learned in the overview, all devices communicate with the fire control panel via CNET. Maximum safety is also guaranteed on the CNET. To finish, we will give you the answer to the following 2 safety features. What is an isolator and what is its job? What is a fail-safe position and when is it used? First, let's consider the job of the isolator. Isolators are integrated in all CNET devices. These are closed in normal operation. The isolators become active if a fault appears on the CNET, such as a short circuit caused by a fire. In both CNET devices, the isolators open in a matter of seconds, and the faulty line selection is isolated. The benefit of this is that all devices stay in operation and alarms are activated without interruption. Now let's consider the function of the output fail-safe position. This safety feature can be configured for all CNET output modules. If the CNET is in normal operation, the I/O modules receive commands from the fire control panel that activate or deactivate the outputs. In this example, the I/O module is responsible for a fire damper. It is configured as follows: control inactive, contact closed, fire damper open. Let's look at a standard fire scenario. A fire starts in the building. A smoke detector is activated. The alarm information is transmitted to the fire panel. The fire panel activates alarm devices. Fire controls are activated from the fire panel and the I/O contact is opened. The fire damper is closed and the airstream stops. What happens now if communication to the I/O module is interrupted or lost? CNET communication works in normal operation mode. The I/O module output is inactive, the contact is closed, and the fire damper is open. If there is a fault in the CNET, the I/O module automatically takes over control via its outputs. The I/O module is configured to switch its outputs automatically to the predefined position, which is the fail-safe position. This is an open contact which will close the fire damper. This safety function guarantees a clear output status, even in the event of a fault. To make sure we cover all CNET safety functions, we will now take a look at the various CNET line topologies. The control panels can work with either loops or stubs. It is also possible to have a stub line on a loop. We call this. As you've learned before, our devices have an integrated line separator. A loop supports up to 40 T-taps. If several T-taps are next to one another, make sure you have a device or a line separator between each T-tap. The following line configurations are not supported in the control panels: stub on a loop, and stub on stub. More details about the limitations on loops can be found in the table. Wherever they are used, in office blocks, hospitals, or hotels, Cerberus PRO's automatic detectors protect people and assets. The following detectors are available for these applications. The optical smoke detector has a high-quality measuring chamber and intelligent signal processing. The first heat detector is a rate of rise detector that detects rapid temperature increases. The second heat detector is also equipped with a heat sensor and detects when the temperature reaches 60 degrees centigrade. The multi-sensor smoke detector has an optical component and heat sensor. The intelligent combination of optical and thermal signals makes the detector accurate, reliable, and highly immune to deceptive phenomena. The detectors have two parameter sets built in. Parameters can be configured as required using the Cerberus engineering tool or via the PMI. We offer neural fire detectors for use in a variety of applications, from harsh environments like kitchens or plants to sensitive areas like storage rooms or high-value rooms. The neural fire detectors have two thermal sensors and dual optics with a wide variety of specialized parameter sets. This, coupled with the fact that the optical and heat signals are intelligently linked, means that these detectors can detect signals accurately and are unlikely to be tricked by deceptive phenomena. The neural fire detectors, with an additional carbon monoxide sensor, which means it can detect and intelligently evaluate 3 fire phenomena. As a result, alarms are activated very quickly and reliably, and the detector will hardly ever be tricked into setting off false alarms, even in environments with confusing phenomena. Those two detectors have a number of ASA technology parameters built in. You can select the required parameter set for manned or unmanned mode in the Cerberus engineering tool or via the PMI. You are now familiar with Cerberus PRO's different detectors. Let's take a look at the hardware design and structure of Cerberus PRO detectors. The HI72X heat detector range is equipped with one heat sensor. The OP720 optical detector has a light source, a light receiver, and a labyrinth. The OH720 combines both heat detection and optical detection in one detector. The OOH740 comes with two heat sensors, one forward scatter and one backward scatter, and a light receiver. Last but not least, the OOHC740 detector combines heat detection, optical detection, and a CO sensor for detecting carbon monoxide. Now that we have seen what each of these detectors contains, we can move on to signal processing. The following overview highlights the differences between two detection methods. The first method involves the detection algorithms for the indicated detectors. The sensor measures the fire phenomena, reduces them to mathematical components, and sends them to the programmed algorithms. The algorithms can be influenced by the choice of parameter set depending on the ambient conditions. The second method involves ASA technology. ASA stands for Advanced Signal Analysis for Neural Fire Detectors. It represents the next step in algorithm technology. In contrast to the detection algorithms, selected parameters in ASA technology are not fixed. The situation variables are interpreted in real time, which has a dynamic impact on the selected ASA parameter set. This means that the detector's optimum effective range is adjusted, allowing it to be more sensitive to fires, but less easily tricked by deceptive stimuli. Here is an overview of accessories for detectors. The detector base can be used on all Cerberus PRO point detectors. The detector base seal is used for installing detectors in humid rooms. It has an IP42 protection category. The designation plate is used to identify the device address. The base attachment, wet, helps to mount detectors in humid or wet environments and also works when the detector heating is used. Its protection category is IP44. For mechanical protection, the protection cage can be used. It can only be used in conjunction with the base attachment wet. The detector locking device provides a grub screw which fits in a special hole on the detector housing. A hexagonal wrench for mounting is included. We have a wide range of manual call points that use both direct and indirect operation. First, we'll look at the call points in the direct version. The standard manual call point with built-in alarm indication is available in different colors. All parts of this product have to be ordered separately. The second standard manual call point also has a built-in alarm indicator. It can be reset, is equipped with a plastic insert, and is an all-in-one product order. The manual call point in a large housing has a built-in alarm indicator as well, but an external alarm indicator is possible. It is available in different colors. In addition to the large housing, the manual call point is also available in a heavy-duty housing for industrial applications. The flush mounting manual call point with a built-in alarm indicator has either a glass insert or a resettable plastic insert. The manual call point with a built-in alarm indicator for outdoor application comes with either a glass insert or a resettable plastic insert. Now let's look at the call points in indirect operation. The manual call point in a large housing has a built-in alarm indicator, but it can also use an external one. It is available in different colors. The manual call point in a heavy-duty housing for industrial applications can be used with either a built-in alarm indicator or an external one. The large housings for these two manual call points are mechanically identical, but the switching unit is different. The heavy-duty housings have the same criteria as the large housings, which means they have different switching units but are mechanically identical. Finally, there is a manual call point in a heavy-duty housing for wet, humid, and dusty areas. The Cerberus PRO manual call point devices are available in different protection categories in accordance with IEC 60529. The small housing devices offer the fixed protection category IP44 or IP66, depending on the device type. The FDM 243H also offers the fixed protection category IP66. All other devices in large housings offer a basic protection category IP44. By using a metal cable gland and the protection seal DMZ 1197AD, the protection category can be raised to IP64 and IP66, depending on the type of housing. The Cerberus PRO product range has several alarm devices, including a sounder for wall mounting, a sounder base for ceiling mounting, a sounder beacon with a sounder beacon base, as well as a voice sounder beacon, and a voice sounder beacon base. All devices are loop-powered and have an integrated isolator. The wall-mounted sounder and voice sounder are available in either red or white. The wall-mounted sounder beacon and voice sounder beacon are available in red with a red LED, red with a white LED, white with a red LED, or in white with a white LED. The ceiling-mounted sounder beacon base and voice sounder beacon base are available in a white housing with either a red LED or a white LED. All alarm devices can use 2 tones out of a wide range of standardized tones, one for alerts and one for evacuations. The maximum sounder volume of alarm devices varies, but can go up to 99 decibels. The sounder volume in voice sounder devices is lower than in sounder devices. In the sounder base, the volume can go up to 89 decibels for all point detectors designated. The beacon devices have an illumination intensity of 0.4 IM or M2 in accordance with EN 5423. The sounders and beacons on the same fire control panel are synchronized. The beacon activation is programmable for alerts and evacuations. What is a voice message? Cerberus PRO voice sounder devices contain a set of 5 preset voice messages. Let's hear some examples in English.
Attention please. This is a fire alarm. Please leave the building immediately by the marked available exits. Attention please. This is an emergency. Please leave the building by the marked available exits. Attention. An incident has been reported in the building. Please await further instructions. This is a test message. No action is required. Attention please. All clear. The building alert has been resolved. All clear.
It is also possible to have 2 custom voice messages. Which languages are available? Several languages are already included in Cerberus PRO voice sounder devices. In addition, 2 custom languages can be ordered. Increased life safety by stimulating 2 senses. In the event of an incident, people who are hearing impaired, wearing headsets, or wearing ear protection won't be able to react to a simple acoustic alarm. By stimulating 2 senses, the acoustic alarm and the optical alarm attract attention more easily. In addition, the LED beacons on all our optical alarm devices use a short pulse length. This makes the optical alarm signal even more effective. Voice alarm messages shorten reaction times. In an unfamiliar environment like a public building or hotel, guests need clear and easy-to-understand instructions in order to be evacuated safely. Making instructions clear is especially important in international environments where people are a range of nationalities, as it speeds up the evacuation process. Evacuation messages can be programmed and customized to play in 2 languages so that the alarm is more effective. You can program Cerberus PRO voice sounder devices to play a sequence of consecutive information in different languages. Let's listen to an example of a fire evacuation message, which has an attention-grabbing tone. The sequence starts with an evacuation tone. After the tone, the first voice message plays in language 1.
Attention please. This is a fire alarm. Please leave the building immediately by the marked available exits.
Then, the second voice message plays in language 2.
Attention, attention. Ceci est une alarme incendie. Évacuez le bâtiment par les sorties de secours les plus proches.
The full sequence is repeated until the alarm is acknowledged or reset on the fire alarm panel's operating terminal. Moving on, here is an overview of the accessories for alarm devices. For wall-mounted devices, a flat base is available. This is used to thread the cable through the base bottom. The base deep is used to thread the cable through the base bottom or through the side. It has a cable gland and falls under the IP65 protection category. Both bases for wall-mounted devices are available in red and white. For ceiling-mounted devices, a flat base is available. It is used to thread the cable through the base bottom. There is also a deep base, which is used to thread the cable through the base bottom or through the side. In case of standalone operation without a detector, a blanking plate must be used. The external alarm indicators are connected to fire detectors so that they can quickly indicate the source of an alarm signal from detectors which are not easily accessible or visible. You can configure when the external alarm indicator is activated. It is possible to activate the external alarm indicator in parallel to the detector's internal alarm indicator, or by using a zone alarm, or with an independent control. The first type of alarm indicator is intended for mounting on door frames and other similar frames, or where space is at a premium. The second type is the wall-mounted version. A surface mounting frame is also available. The third type has been designed for recess mounting in panels, or where there is not enough space to mount the other types. The final type is the addressable alarm indicator. It is directly connected to the CNET and has its own CNET address. You can freely configure when this alarm indicator activates. Here, we can see that radio gateways can be connected to radio smoke detectors and manual call points. The swing range combines highly reliable mesh technology for safe wireless transmission with unique ASA technology that ensures high detection reliability. Each device has two independent communication paths to the gateway. The mesh technology allows signals to be transmitted distances up to 60 meters. The CNET can have up to 16 radio gateways per loop. You can use a maximum of 30 radio devices per gateway, and all are addressable. The linear smoke detector is used for distances between 8 and 100 meters. They are generally used in very tall rooms or historic buildings where point-type detectors are not wanted for aesthetic reasons. All applications can be covered with just one set of different parameters. To make installation easier, no cable is necessary between the detector and the reflector. The flame detector measures radiation energy in the infrared range. The detector is suitable for detecting smokeless liquid and gas fires, as well as smoke-generating open fires. The device includes two additional sensors that measure the radiation from interference sources, such as warm radiators, and from light sources, such as the sun. Air sampling smoke detection does not require an active suction mechanism. It is mounted directly onto the air duct. The air samples are guided directly to the detection chamber. The device uses a highly sensitive smoke detector so it can detect stimuli accurately. The aspirating smoke detector has its own suction system and pipe network. The Siemens ASD, designed for highly sensitive applications, is used in places such as warehouses, data centers, and clean rooms, where even the smallest amount of smoke needs to be detected as quickly as possible. The input-output modules are CNET devices that can be freely configured for any use. They can be mounted in a number of different ways, such as screwed directly onto a top hat rail, mounted on a TS-35 top hat rail, or in a separate housing for wet or dry applications. We offer a range of modules. We have an input module with one monitored input that can be freely configured. There is an I/O module with one control output, potential-free relay contact, and one monitored input. The input and output are freely configurable. Additionally, the output can be used as a monitored output, but an external power supply is required for this application. There is also an input module with 4 freely configurable monitored inputs. Finally, there is an I/O module with 4 control outputs, potential-free relay contacts, and 4 monitored inputs. Each individual input-output is freely configurable. All I/O modules are powered via CNET. The transponder modules are also part of the I/O modules on the CNET. The first module offers one control input. It can be configured either as collective conventional detector lines, as conventional EX detector lines with the SB3EX barrier, or as inputs. The second module is equipped with two monitored inputs and outputs. They can be selected either as collective or conventional detector lines, as inputs, or as monitored outputs. Both modules must be powered from an external supply. Please keep in mind, to safeguard the device, the 24-volt power supply must be protected with a fuse of max 2 AT. The control lines can be operated either with two 1A lines or one 1.5A line, protected with separate fuses. The device contains internal fuses up to 0.7 AT. Now let's look at the floor repeater terminals and floor repeater displays. The floor repeater terminal is used to make displaying and operating the fire protection system easier across the coverage area. It is on the CNET and can be supplied via the loop or using an external source. The visibility, user keys, and 6 LEDs can all be configured. The floor repeater display is used to display messages from the coverage area. It is loop-powered and can also be supplied externally. The visibility can be configured as well. EX applications. The safety barrier divides the normal area from the potentially explosive area. The device is loop-powered and functions as galvanic isolation. In the EX area, we provide a manual call point and a point type detector with ASA technology. All devices in the EX area are addressable, and they are connected to the CNET EX stub line. Each loop can have up to 2 safety barriers. A safety barrier can handle a single stub. Please be aware that, in accordance with EN 54, a stub can have up to 32 devices. In the next chapter, you will learn more about the topic tools.